actor, was also in Saving Silverman and Joyride. He was the funny guy in Joyride. And if you haven't seen the audio commentary on Joyride, he's pretty funny in that too. But it's like half him and half Lily Sobieski or whatever. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna do a video a day till I get a silver play button or a gold play button if I'm lucky. Or I just run out of physical media to show you, but I shouldn't because I'm a physical media collector. I'm always collecting more media. I recently got some movies that were like American movies from Russia. Those were pretty cool. Anyways, thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow. Have a good shirt. Welcome to 4 Movies, where I will be discussing 4 movies that have something in common, but what they have in common, I know, but do you? If you do, say it before the end of the video, because at the end of the video, I will be saying it. And let's get into it. This is, of course, take 2, because the first take I messed it up, and I said it, but I'm not going to say it this time. I mean, if you watched yesterday's video, I was messing it up all bunch, but I'm not going to mess it up this time. I'm going to keep the mystery going until the end and try not to say it. Anyways, first and foremost, we have, bam, Strange Days. This is a rarity. Actually, matter of fact, the first 2 movies are kind of rarities in the field of physical media because they're hard finds. I think that there's a 4K release coming out of some. Strange Days is definitely like directed by Catherine Bigelow, the director of Near Dark, the director of Hurt Locker, the director of Zero Dark 30, and this movie has a beginning sequence that is so unique. It's POV of somebody, I think, doing a bank robbery, and then they accidentally like fall off the side of the building and stuff like that. And it was before they had cameras that were small enough where you could just connect it on a helmet and stuff like that. They had humongous cameras where there's a person on one side doing one arm, person on the other side having to do the other arm, and just super complex to get an amazing shot. That like, it's a phenomenal movie. Ray Fiennes in there, and the movie itself is about, they sell these, it's kind of like they sell these memories, they sell memory discs type deal where the people put on these little rigs and they put the little tape player in there, whatever, and they push play and it plays the memory and you're the person in the memory. Juliette Lewis is also in this. Like I said, well done movie, well played, very good. Tom Sizemore is also in there. Angela Bassett. Like I said, around the time of 1999, Y2K coming out, the world's almost ending, you know, type deal, and just a well played movie. I think it's really slept on, honestly. And if you get a chance to watch it, go ahead and watch it. It is not for children. 100% not for children. This is, like I said, this is no. Okay, and the second movie is, bam, The Abyss. The Abyss is a phenomenal movie. Ed Harris and, oh, what's her name? I can't think of her name right now. She played Scarface's sister, but she's in this. And Chris Elliott for like 5 seconds. And if you don't know who Chris Elliott is, he's the guy that's on Scary Movie 2 where he's like, grab my strong hand. He's in this movie for like 5 seconds at the beginning. But Michael Biehn in here. Michael Biehn in this movie just, ooh, so creepy. And it's just so good and so well played. And the special effects hold up. Like 100% hold up. Like it's one of those things where it's like, there's scenes where they're underwater, because they're underwater most of the movie, where they're underwater and they're in these little ship things, and not all of that is real. It's really done with miniatures, and they had little screens, and the screens are it's stop motion, and the screens are showing stop motion frames of film that they film with the person inside a small. It's the miniature work in this movie is amazing. It's like so good, so good that you can't even tell when it's what. It's just that good. But it's one of those things where it's like this also has a super emotional scene. Oh, Masterson. Mary Elizabeth Masterson. Is that it? I think that's the lady. But yeah, it's about they're in an underwater rig, and then they have to have military people come down there, and the military people that come down aren't telling what the world's going on because something knocked out a nuclear sub, and there's nuclear weapons on there, and they have to bring out the weapons so that the nuclear stuff is, not left there on the ocean floor, and they need that team to help them. So yeah, they get overtime pay, whatever. Well, things go awry and things are revealed, and it's extremely well played. Like I said, it's a good movie, sci-fi. Made by somebody who obviously likes water. You can tell. Now, dreadfully, these are double-sided discs. Never been a fan of double-sided discs. Never will start being a fan of double-sided discs. But they do make double-sided discs. Pee on you for doing that. Whoever you are, be better. Be better than basic, okay? But the movies on here are good. This disc is one side is one movie, the other side is a different movie. So one side is the movie Soldier, directed by Paul Anderson. Paul W.S. Is it W.S. Anderson? Or not the one that directed The Fantastic Mr. Fox, but the one that directed Mortal Kombat and Event Horizon and the Resident Evil movies. So, not that other one. But he directed this one. It's really good. Like I said, if you saw Clockwork Orange, good for you. I never got around to seeing it, honestly. I've seen video essays about the framing of that movie and how it's like how the camera work was done in it, and I found it to be very interesting, but I never got around to seeing that movie. But I did see Soldier, and Soldier has a kind of reminiscence of that, where it's like they create these soldiers, they make these kids see these things and turn them into soldiers. Well, this soldier goes through all that process, and then is tossed like a military piece of equipment because new soldiers have come out, and so he's going to he's the old line, and he's dropped on a trash planet, and it's like, what do we do now with no purpose? He has no purpose, essentially, and so there's a colony out there, and he ends up becoming part of the colony. Well, then the people who made the soldiers are like, hey, we gotta destroy everything. Everything was destroyed. It's like, no, there's one not destroyed. So they got to send the new soldiers to prove that the new soldiers are better than the old soldiers by sending them to attack the old soldier or soldiers, whatever. But yeah, and so he's got to protect his new family now that he's decided to open his heart up to, and the courage that they have is very strong. Very strong. They have to band together, become one. Okay. And then the second movie. Wow. Okay. I just realized this is going to be 6 movies, but we're not. Shh. You just get some bonus ones. You shut up. Okay. The the other movie is Tequila Sunrise, and if you haven't seen Tequila Sunrise, I definitely recommend you should. Yes. Very good. This is the hottest you'll ever see Michelle Pfeiffer. Goodness gracious, Michelle Pfeiffer. Gorgeous, and like, even now, she's older, still gorgeous. Goodness gracious. Like, wow. Mel Gibson is also in this movie, and Raul Julia, the guy, my generation's Gomez Addams. And he it's great to see him in a movie. Honestly, it's good to see him in those movies where you're like, oh, he was also in a lot of other stuff instead of his notoriety being our generation's Gomez Adams from Addams Family. But yeah, movie's well done, well played, fun stuff. Now, the other double-sided disc in this collection has other movies. Oh, no, it has Executive Decision. Executive Decision is a movie where a plane gets taken over and then they have to stop the terrorists that are taking over the plane. And Steven Seagal's in there. And he dies real quick. It's like, whoa, okay. It's Steven Seagal, but at the same time, you kind of weren't expecting it. So it was pretty good. It was like, I guess kind of what Scream did with Drew Barrymore. Where it's like, the biggest name here, Drew Barrymore. Killed right off the bat. Spoiler alert. Thanks for watching this far. If you don't know, boy, wow. I'm glad to have told you. Okay? But, yeah. Entertaining. Halle Berry's in there also. John Leguizamo. And, well played. Tense stuff, because it's in the plane and stuff like that. So it's like very confined spaces and them just trying to make things happen. Well played action movie. And then Unlawful Entry, which is a suspense movie where they're kind of being tormented by a corrupt police officer, I believe, played by Ray Liotta. A husband and wife are tormented by this guy. I think, something like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and say what's what. The Abyss and Strange Days were both written by James Cameron, the creator of Avatar and Terminator. And Aliens. And True Lies. Yeah. Like I said, excellent stuff. He used the same actors in a lot of stuff, but that was just so awesome. Like, I love seeing Bill Paxton in anything. Like I said, Bill Paxton's great. Michael Biehn, also phenomenal. But anyways, yeah, both of those are written by James Cameron. Tequila Sunrise, Soldier, Unlawful Entry, and Executive Decision all star Kurt Russell. It was a Kurt Russell pack. And if you want to replay it, I almost said it. I really almost said it. I tried to cover it up with courage, but I don't think I did it that well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you've watched this far, you're awesome. Stay awesome. And I'm going to be doing these videos daily till I get a silver play button or a gold play button if I'm lucky, or I run out of physical media to show you. But I hopefully shouldn't, because I'm a physical media collector. Like I said, after this, I got books and CDs. So we'll see what's up. Tune in tomorrow. Thanks for watching. And it's funny because I actually came upon another copy of this, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh man, I kind of should have picked it up, but at the same time it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm glad to have a VHS copy of Dogman, a DVD copy of Dogman. That's pretty cool. But bam, Strange Days, directed by Catherine Bigelow, the director of Near Dark, the director of Zero Dark 30, the director of Hurt Locker, and written by, I believe, her husband at the time, or they were dating or something like that, James Cameron. I'm going to start this over again because I'm getting really bad at this. All right.